My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2! Woo! We're embarking out on the Shroud with our hopeful, respectful, and hopeful yet again party here. Our occultist, jester, grave robber, and... well, I mean... I think it was originally a Hellion, and now it's a man-at-arms.
Propriety floats listless on the tide, brined in noxious degradation.
No, this was an intentional man-at-arms. Yes. I take 2 days off of recording this series and I forget everything. Okay, looking at the paths ahead of us, I can see that the lair that I have to go to in order to get the trophy, in order to be able to go to the mountain in the first place, is right ahead of us. And before that is the academic study, Memories of a Dream, Oblivion's Loathing on the Way There. Now, y'all have exclamation marks on ya. And I'm just gonna clear those so that I don't think, oh, do we have something I need to do? Steering clear of both watchtowers. To be fair, I do have a lot of the rooms already scouted, so the watchtowers are of significantly decreased value to me. Not saying they can't be valuable, just that they aren't. And never will be.
This unkempt study evokes a feeling of the familiar, does it not?
The academic study? Like something from my far-off childhood, says Barristan, encountering the unknown here, or Sarmenti. Even the maddest king would not hang this in his court. So they both have very similar outcomes. It looks like stress is slightly affected as well. So maybe I want Sarmenti to do this instead of Barristan. Ooh, wait a second, what happened there? Okay, we picked up Weak Hold on Life plus 15% for Meltdown, as well as negative 10% to Death Blow Resist.
Onward, while there is still time.
Okay, that's tough, but what's Death Seeker? On entering Death's Door, negative 10 to Stress, and plus 15 to Resolute chance. So at least that cancels out the Meltdown chance, at least. Unfortunately, it means that while I am on Death's Door, I am much more likely to die immediately thereafter.
An elementary problem, is it not?
It is. It is elementary as heck,
You have calculated
my
your
dear
odds
Watson.
carefully. This will not be easy.
There should be something along these roads that gets stuck under my wheel. The Sacred Pier. Alright, let's go.
The Church of the Change. An inglorious heap of rotting timbers.
How dare you spearfish me? Now, Slice Off itself. Slice Off itself is significantly better in terms of damage. I just wonder if maybe I want to focus fire down one rather than split the damage here with Sarmenti's Harvest instead. Although the Harvest does give a better outcome, Audrey being able to dodge. Whereas Barristan doesn't need stress removal at the moment. That said, setting up vulnerable on a target right before we get to attack them is pretty good. Do I want to just slap them both from the sky? Could try and weaken a target. No. Sky slaps from backliners? Ooh, actually, hang on, do you have Death Blow Resist? Because if you don't, you are already dead. No Death Blow Resist, hell yeah. Don't pull the Grave Robber to the front of the party. Okay, yeah, no, feel free to push him back.
We can rely only upon each other.
It's pretty much exactly what I would want to see. I'm going to use Defender on Sarmenti here, just so that they don't get moved out of position where they can actually do anything valuable. Their Blight Resist isn't incredibly high, but it's also not incredibly low, unfortunately. Maybe I just throw a direct dagger for the damage. It's going to be very difficult to remove their backline later on. Okay, maybe I should throw this at the second. 12 damage! Nice! Also gives a dodge token to Sarmenti. You hear what moving in the mists? What do you hear? What do you hear? Gonna slice off in order to take care of both that stress as well as that bosun character. Got blind on myself. I think it's probably worth still throwing.
An opportunity.
We miss, unfortunately.
Squandered.
I'm gonna take the opportunity to demons pull their backline target forwards, getting a combo stacked on them.
Empowered. Emboldened.
I'm already still running defender at the moment. I wonder if maybe I want to bellow. Lower their speed significantly for upcoming rounds, make it much more likely I'm able to connect burns on them. Yeah, look, buddy, if you're only gonna heave-ho, and you're not really gonna do much with it, it's not gonna be too much of a problem for me. Let's go for another slice-off on Bosun. With that 5 bleed, are you dead? No, unfortunately, you're exactly 1 short of that. Dang. Make a target vulnerable. Make a target vulnerable, remove dodge. I'm gonna use the vulnerability hex on the frontline Bosun, give it double stack of vulnerability. I don't think it's important to prevent this Bosun from acting another time, frankly. So, I'm gonna lean towards trying to blight up the frontline target. Do I even care about it now? I think not. No, I'm just gonna attack the Bosun. Right, I forgot that my Barristan doesn't do any damage. That's not really a thing you're capable of here. Do I need to slice off again? No. As many different hexes as I can possibly stack upon you, friend. Kill you with a critical death blow, and then combo for some healing on Barristan before the end. We'll advance into the next battle. Is this going to reshuffle my party order? Yes, indeed. And we've got hail enemies here. This is kind of unfortunate for me, unfortunately. In that it's giving them all 15% resist to each of the types of DOT and 15% resistance to movement. So that fishmonger, I would love to get rid of as quickly as possible. Using Harvest to split my damage does seem incorrect right now, but it also then... Wait, hang on. Maybe I use the blood relatively soon. But using Harvest feels like... no, it feels so wrong. I have to use Slice Off on the fishmonger. And just hope that I don't hit their bleed chance of 20%. Cool, I still bled him. All hands on deck, says their backliner. So they've given themselves positive speed and positive strength. We've also they've also given rather a dodge token to the Docker in the front line. I feel like...
Observe the subject carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
I feel like pulling people out of position really makes sense here. Pulling the captain out of position to the very front line, I worry that they will actually have a particularly powerful attack they can use at the front. Oh no, they've also got move resist. Much higher move resist. Yeah, maybe I should just go for a classical... That's completely fine because it removes the dodge token from the fishmonger and it removes the block token from the captain. Very, very handy. think it's worth me rolling a defender on the character that's already taken a hit here. Hey, don't you flens me! 8 bleed as well, how dare you. Alright, let's just go for direct damage, as well as give some dodge to Sarmenti, who is not currently protected. Nice, good dodge. Keelhaul does basically no damage, although now we've got barnacles. That'll inflict upon moving.
Let us take a closer look at the thing.
Keelhaul can be done from any position to any of our positions except for the last. There. That fishmonger doesn't have deathblow resist, so it's already dead. Yay. I'm gonna try and slice off. 75% chance for the dodge here on Docker. Nice! It didn't manage to. It got bled and it became vulnerable. Huge for us right there. Let's use that vulnerability to deal 18 damage, as well as set up a dodge plus on Sarmenti. I feel like weakening the frontliner makes so much sense here. 2 stacks as well of weakening their next attack. I don't really want to waste the combo on that target. So I'm going to use Rampart here. Sure, we don't manage to stun, we don't manage to do anything basically, but we also don't waste a good resource. Oh, big crit! So now at 20 in the relationship between Sarmenti and Barristan. I don't believe they actually have like a relationship with one another. No, they do at the moment. It's kind of unfortunate. Because that means it'll reset before the next inn. I'm worried that if I don't kill the captain soon, everything will become screwy somehow. Like, this guy's clearly like a big meat shield, and the captain's clearly, you know, the instructions. I worry that the final move the captain has is, if I'm alone, you know, go down with a ship, give 5 stress to everyone on the enemy team, something daft like that. So in order to try and prevent that kind of thing, I'm gonna make you vulnerable, and then I'm gonna start striking you. Make way. Ah, I see, I see. This is your intent with your moving abilities. Got it. Just short of getting the character to death's door, unfortunately. Whoa!
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
That Keelhaul was way too powerful. Unfortunately, I've now got a weaken token on me, making us a lot less threatening. I'm going to clear the corpse in order to heal Audrey here, and in doing so, I move the captain into a position where Sarmenti can actually strike. Managed to crit, taking the character out. Hell yeah. One more hit guarantees that the Docker is not going to be, you know, fighting outside of its death's door. Wow, rude! Oh, how do I... Can I heal or prevent anything for you here? I don't want you to have to go into the next battle with no HP. That seems like capital B bad time. The only problem is that I have 65 on my deathblow resist, so if I let it get to your turn, and I haven't had before your oh wait, hang on, Barristan moves before you, and Barristan has bandages. So not only can I heal you, but I can then also have that character. I can have Audrey get 11 more health here. I can heal you, get a little bit of a positive relationship charge. I'm also going to roll Defender, see if that gives us a positive relationship charge there, and it does. Then our Jester is going to move I don't know, 2 spaces forward? Sure, why not? And this allows the occultists to use weird reconstruction on themselves for 17 more HP before the enemy dies. We're in so much better of a position now. Okay. I mean, I have to continue, but what are we going to get from the continuation? We get ablative powders, burn resist, and if you resist burn, lower stress. There's some calming incense, there's a stagecoach item for +3 slots, there's remove stealth from the enemy party and they can no longer gain stealth. Wolf's Blood Trinket, +3 speed, -15% max HP. The Sodden Sweater, an indelible trinket armor. +50% to move and bleed resist. And on bleed resist, you heal 10%, and on move resist, you get -1 stress. That's going to be so good for Barristan, possibly. Trophy, increased stacking by of combat items by 2 per stack. Interesting. Let's advance and do it. All right.
They must be made to see that their monstrous god is mortal.
So, you roll Breath of the Sea,
Is the natural prelude to action.
which has a chance to stress each of us, has a chance to debuff each of us with vulnerability as well as blindness. You can do it from any of the front 2 positions to all of my party. Got it? I kind of want to put blood on Cementi here, so that I can try and slice off. So slicing off right now has 25% crit that it has to go, 25% bleed resist that it has to go through. But if I crit the enemy, which I will if I use the blood, I get to give them 2 more turns of the DOT, which, you know, start of a fight, I can only imagine is going to matter a hell of a lot, as well as penetrating more of their bleed defense. Yeah. Do it. So we crit you for 16. What you... Wait. Okay, I need to very quickly check that. Tutorial? There we are. I want to just very quickly check this. And I want to check this for one very important reason. Where are we? Crits. Crit. There we go. Crit. Cool. Ignores 20% resistance on a DOT attack. So that was a 5% chance for the enemy there to resist 25 damage from that bleed. And they managed. Owie. I'm going to weaken the enemy before they have the possibility of... Never mind, I'm not going to hit the enemy. Eye of the Storm.
Cooperation is the key.
The Leviathan's baleful gaze rests upon you. Is that anything I know about? I think not at the moment, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to keep on keeping on like a little bit of a dummy. I will have to wade my way into, frankly, just straight up mistakes. I'm gonna assume you're gonna use this as a way to directly target one of the 2. I don't know, maybe. I would love to blight you up. Never mind. 30% resist and you manage. Deep Rising.
Lo, the enemy. Press them.
Okay, your hand has 24. Undertow. From their front 2 positions to my front 2 positions, ranged. Doesn't seem to have specifically done anything, though. A concern. I mean, I think I probably do want to get rid... Really? What? It had like a 15% resist there, was it? No, it had a 25% resist. Still, I do need to hit one of you eventually with the DOT, because if I don't, game over. Death blow on the hand immediately there. Pretty happy about that, admittedly. Let's give vulnerability hex to the enemy. They're going to completely resist it. Tidal Surge for truly ridiculous amount of damage.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Ah. Wow. I got a negative relationship for guarding the wrong person who's on low HP. I finally got a bleed on you! The Leviathan would have, like, almost 50 less HP in general if I'd hit any of the earlier bleeds. As much as I want to hit the Leviathan right now, I think Absinthe, so that I'm less likely to get struck while vulnerable, makes a lot of sense. I think Weird Reconstruction on the Occultist from the Occultist makes a lot of sense too. And I'm gonna bellow the vulnerability away there in order to also give an extra block plus token to Barristan. I feel like I do have to manage the spawns. That seems important. Okay, that was a move resist there.
What can we learn upon closer inspection?
So it looked like Undertow was trying to do a move resist, or was move resisted rather, and Batter is also a move ability? I don't understand. Undertow doesn't have anything listed under this, but we did get move resist. Strange. 12 damage to the hand. Gotta love it.
Cooperation is the key.
Hopeful. We gave a huge amount of resists to the man-at-arms in the front line. Cool. I'm gonna drink another blood, and then I'm gonna harvest to crit both of the enemies. And nice, we bled both. Some nice dodges against that tidal surge. Enemy has 40% debuff resistance. That said, our cursing skills have a 10% chance to pierce that, so what, 30%? I'm gonna make the enemy vulnerable to try and stack a bunch of damage on them as quickly as possible here. I'm gonna yell at you to try and make you slower, and that's gonna fail. Okay, so it looks like the enemy alternates between breathing and summoning a friend every turn as a free action at the start of the round. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the bleed on that one either. Wow, my bleeds have been really, really, really unlucky over the course of this fight. Like, each of them has been above a 50% chance the entire time, and they have, well, not really reached up to that potential, so to speak. I feel like I should probably be proactive with my weird reconstructions here.
Relief comes rarely in these times. Savor it.
Welcome back to the hand. Goes down to the undertow. So, here's my take, right? I can only imagine that what that hand is doing is kind of like an eliminate this unit from the fight for a period of time kind of situation. If you'll remember in the final expansions of Darkest Dungeon 1 when the Fanatic was added, the Fanatic had a move where it could tie a character to the pyre, and that character would just burn gradually over time, so you'd be denied that unit in your party, as well as the positioning of your party that you'd originally set up. I imagine we're in a similar circumstance here. If we didn't resist that move, which, speaking of, like, we've got 180 because of our hero path, as well as the buff that Samenti put on us. 180% move resist. And your undertow can only target either of the front 2 positions. So if I can make sure that both of our front positions are, you know, the guarded unit as well as Barristan guarding them, I can make sure, I think, that undertow never affects us.
A master stroke.
Okay, at least that did connect a bleed through to the Leviathan. You'll love to see those. I'm gonna remove the vulnerability from the Jester. I just don't want to see you go immediately down to 0 HP from where you currently are. Let's also give you some dodge to work with here. Unfortunately, we let the hand get to the end of its turn, so I'm worried it's gonna do some pretty nasty stuff. I'll stay on top of my weird reconstructions here just in case it has an AoE or something like that. Oof. Yeah, you can't move him. The Man-at-Arms is immovable. Definitely an appropriate time to be harvesting consistently here. Also, weird reconstruction, thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to prevent the hand from getting an action there. The fact that both of our damage dealers, when they use one of their best damage abilities, give the other person the ability to dodge is so good for us. Oh. What an incredible time. Let me yell at you. Dang, didn't even make him slower. How dare you breathe? I'm gonna try and stop that as quickly as possible. Stop resisting the bleed! Let's get 2 stress as well as that vulnerability off a target. We can remove a blind token with the milk-soaked linen. I think I will, in order to guarantee as much damage as I can get out from this attack. Considering we're blind, I'm gonna go with a weird reconstruction. 11 healing and a crit, love to see it.
Deep Rising.
Undertow! Oh, it connects! Yep, there we go.
This road cannot be walked alone.
I imagine I've got to kill the hand in order to get my Jester back. Really? They moved my Grave Robber to a position where she can't actually do anything right now? Oh, I can't even Absinthe. Good gosh. I'm just gonna manually move her backwards. And then defend the Occultist. Okay, Leviathan's starting to go down. Goes with the titles. Really?
The greatest test of all.
Okay. And there's a death blow on the Leviathan, which brings back our Jester. But yeah, there's the Cultist gone.
We will see them again. I'm sure of it.
The Occultist? I have bad news if that's what you think.
The loathing abates.
Well, that went about as bad as it could have without us losing. These move and stun resists. The anchoring charm can get out of here, definitely. Plus 20% to traveling heal is not going to be relevant for the rest of this. Spacious trunk, maybe. Storage trunk, definitely not, because I had the spacious trunk instead at least. The poultices are not stacking there, unfortunately. Minor hail can definitely leave. Samenti, you can equip a new combat item. And I gotta be honest, the blood was a pretty good combat item for you. The extra damage on Audrey was incredibly important. Man-at-Arms, I do feel like you could hold better stuff. You could have the Sodden Sweater. Because you are resisting all of these. Healing 10% on that. Yeah. I think I do prefer that a lot, actually. And then I can give you the apply to attackers when hit combo. And then knowing that I'm not going to be using the Dark Impulse and Unforgettable Trinket for anyone else, I think I can get rid of those. Corrupting Cleaver might end up being important for the Plague Doctor, who I think will be given to me next time I get to rest. I guess it could give me the Hellion, in which case there are other things that I might have wanted to keep instead. I'm going to throw away a single bandage, and I need to keep all of my impulses, I think. I think I can probably get rid of the Chalk Dust. That gives us the ability to actually continue trudging on as a party right now. Oof. Just oof. Just huge oof. Yeah, without the occultist, a lot of our health control is gone. What's the rest of this path like? So we're going to break some wheels, we're going to go to a hospital, so I can cure some of the worst things, which is nice. I have a lot of money as well, so I might even be able to heal our characters. Very much looking forward to that. Oh, the debris currently, if we run over something that we want, we will just end up throwing it away instantly. I'm leaning towards getting rid of the ablative powders. So I will. Hello, Field Hospital. I can remove negative quirks. $11 to get you back to your max. He's also in the pharmacy. Stagecoach heals. Extra healing given less damage. I mean, more stress reductions need 2. Off guard is pretty important to remove. Pacifist 2. Weak hold on life also needs to get out of here. I'm going to remove Needler as well, and then full heal Audrey. All of this is expending as much as I can afford to right now, in hopes that it prevents me from, frankly,
When
dying.
deliberation is exhausted, trust your instincts.
So I've already lost 1 wheel. If I go on the Hero Shrine path, that is committing to losing another wheel instantly. If any of the future paths after that ask me to lose a wheel, I might end up losing the whole game. I would only have to risk that twice? and we get to go to a hero story. Hero stories are still really important to me. I really want to unlock more abilities, you know?
Look ahead. A place to reflect, remember, and reconcile.
Like Samenti. Jester's still got some cool abilities locked. One can certainly only assume, because I haven't seen anything even slightly analogous to Finale yet. Honestly, I could probably send any of you and I'd feel pretty happy about it. But let's go with the Jester.
Chapter 3. Play to the crowd. When word of his uncommon talent reached the palace, he was summoned to entertain king and court. Anticipating an historic performance and enthused adulation, he was stunned to find himself instead the object of their debased ridicule. While his noble audience dined drunkenly, he was mocked, tortured, and subjected to an obscene array of dangerous and decadent humiliations.
Oh, we don't have to see that, but maybe it'll be acted out in the next Echoing March. From either of our back positions to any of the enemy's 3 back positions, it will pull them forward, and at turn start, for the next 3 turns, try and move them forward as well. Okay, okay. I think I do want that. And I suspect the thing I should remove is the ability to move back. Okay, so Audrey, the most stressed of us, wants to go to the assistance encounter. Which then I could take a risk and take a unknown route to try and get to the creature's den. Going back to the resistance encounter afterwards. Let's do what Audrey wants. Keeps her a little lower on stress. Also, we get to avoid a fight, which I'm not really aching for at the moment. Never mind, here's a fight. I mean, I am fine with the fight. I have a lot of stress reduction I can do right now. Your teeth that gnash. Your jaws that bite. So this mongrel unfortunately has dodge as well as its crit token. I'm gonna try and take out the pillager crack shot early. Yeah, that'll do it. Sick. As for Sarmenti, I'm gonna use your harvest here.
An opportunity.
Removing both of the enemy's dodge tokens, as well as giving a dodge token. Low blow, how dare you. We resist that bleed, and we give combo to the enemy. I really like how well Barrison's dealing with this. Okay, I'm gonna bolster removing 4 stress from my party here, and it leaves both of the targets on positions where they can get hit with an inspiring tune for another 3 stress removal.
Incremental, but deadly all the same.
Now, the thrown dagger does ignore guard. All but one? Although they have no death blow assist. Unfortunately, I really want to use the inspiring tune as a full. I'll have time. I'll have time.
The work continues.
Yeah. Stack all your hits on me, please. Constantly just healing. Love it. Okay.
crisis.
The mongrel
We can
only gets to
rely
act once
only
more
on each
before it
other.
dies. Time for an inspiring tune. Oh, wow. Yeah, that action doesn't matter at all. Let's roll Defender again, just gain more stacks of block. Let me use Slice Off here for some stress recovery.
One less obstacle in our path.
Dead of Night for some stress recovery. Crush gives stress recovery as well to Audrey. Hell yeah, this fight's actually going incredible.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Removing so much stress here. I'm going to use a Slice Off that is 100% not necessary, just for the sake of Barristan stress. And remove that corpse for absolutely no stress across the entire party now. Oh, a finishing blow. Oh, I'm terrified.
Collaboration is the key.
Alright, road fights are very useful for us. Not to mention, it's not a position that was, you know, a rough patch destroying one of our wheels. It's always a bonus as well. The desperate few. You know what? I think I need scouting. I would really like to see if I'm about to wander into a mistake here. Okay, yeah, I can definitely go to the creatures den here. Very thankfully. Only have to fight 2 waves of creatures in order to get some parts. We waddle our way onwards to the inn thereafter. I do get a little bit more loathing, but it's okay. We'll be clearing that as soon as we do our battle. Into the den. See how they shy away from our flames, as Audrey is going to give us a stun token? Daze token, I believe it was. Yes, all of the enemies are dazed, so they're not going to be acting until the end of this round, which gives my DOTs a little bit more time to DOT the enemies. Solid. That doesn't have death blow resist, so it's already gone. Great. I'm gonna bellow to remove the dodge tokens from each of the Nashes. It also did manage to slow down both of the targets it managed to hit. Quite a handy thing there. Oh, one of them died and immediately fed the other one. Rude. Well, that's okay. At least I already got a bleed token on you. And you're still standing in the position... You're still standing in the position, and I'm still standing in the position where I'm going to be capable of hitting you with a slice-off. Or even more bleed. Although now you have a death blow resist. Rude. 18 on the crit. We get you down to death's door. You go for a chunch.
Cooperation is the key.
You do miss quite severely there as well, though. I'm going to use Defender here. Removing some stress from Cementi as well as trying to get everyone to attack Barristan or miss their attack against Cementi. Yeah, it would look a lot like that. Two down. One to go. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna start getting rid of those dodge tokens. Might as well strike them. There we go.
And carelessness.
Now,
Marks of the unprepared.
I can't use Razor's Wit in the front line with Cementi there, so I'm gonna have to use Rampart to move myself forwards. Also, moving that target back, pretty handy for me. Unfortunately, they moved themselves immediately forwards as well. They know what's up. Act slower. Oh, never mind. There's no corpse to push you behind anymore. Works out in the end.
Hindrance.
Okay.
An interminable conflict.
Oh! A crit web, that's really unfortunate. Okay, we get a stun as well as 2 vulnerability on Audrey, as well as a combo. Okay, the enemy's just webbed and then double crit her.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
That's a problem. Oh, nice. Despite those bleed tokens, we did manage to connect those hits. Happy to see it. Yeah, unfortunately that's a stun. I'm gonna have to roll Defender on her. No two ways around that one. Alright, send that to you. Another Harvest, please. Thank you! Oh, that's important. Ooh, a disease resist there, even. Neat. I'm going to kill the corpse before... Oh, it still killed the corpse, at least. Before the corpse eater eats the corpse. Or the carrion devourer, rather. Okay, so using a bolster would remove the weakness on a target. As well as give me a big block token. I like that. Oh!
Bafflement. And
I admit it.
vexation.
I miss you. Audrey responds on Samenti's behalf. Incredible. I'm gonna, again, clear a corpse. I actually managed to get the HP back from that. A little bit of stress reduction as well. Yeah. I may need to protect Samenti now instead. In fact, I definitely need to protect Samenti now instead. I'm gonna give you a bleed heal and then roll Defender on you. Yep, redirect that attack. I can only imagine this one's gonna get redirected as well. Oh, that's a lot of blood on you, buddy. Okay. So if I hit the spitter, Barristan can kill it and give Audrey... I mean, honestly, Audrey? Yeah, take down the next corpse. I don't want this corpse eater doing much of anything, if at all possible. Set up combo on this target. Is that worth moving some anti forward here? Probably. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to crit there, making the chance of blighting the enemy quite low. I'm gonna use a bandage for Barristan as well as roll Defender again on Cementi.
Empowered, emboldened.
Nice. The buff there was to all the resistances again. Okay, so the cadaver is not going to be on death's door yet. Now it's on death's door, and now it has to worry about its death's door blows. Get him!
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Well done, Summitu. Discounted combat and in items with the Chitinous appendage here, as well as a mastery.
The loathing whispers.
I can replace the combat item on my man-at-arms, and then I'd still like to make a little bit more space if at all possible. I can't see myself using Wolf's Blood on anyone. Okay, Academic Study over to the left. Broken Clock has unique trinkets and a stress heal. I don't really need a stress heal, admittedly. Two hazards in the road, and that's actually pretty good for me. Because I can basically ignore hazards in the road. Because I've got 4 armor for that already. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go to the resistance encounter over on the right. Wait, was this not what I intended to do? Yeah, no, this is what I intended to do. Urchin rolls Song of Shadows. Unfortunately now has a crit token. So I'm probably going to have to bellow to try and remove that from them. No need to worry about whether or not I should or should not split this damage. Wouldn't even possibly make sense to. Alright, Audrey. Show them the meaning of damage. Even without a crit, 16 is pretty good. Hey!
The greatest.
What? If we just like immediately lose Barris at the start of the turn, that would be a nightmare. Unfortunately, we're also still not that far from it, though. Does anyone else have bandages on them? Wow, no one does. Yeah, Barristan, you're gonna pass your turn so you can heal.
Steady yourself.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not able to prevent the crit because of that. I don't think Inspiring Tune helps us right now. Legitimately, I can only see pushing damage as our way out of this. Okay, that unit's gonna hit Death's Door.
Cooperation is the key.
Unfortunately, passing right now is not healing Barristan anymore. But striking a unit with a combo charge on them does. Yay. Now an Inspiring Tune makes more sense to me. Unfortunately, that would end up hitting the woodsman. I don't have a way to target other positions right. Yeah, no.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Just gotta roll a death blow resist on that character, I guess. I'm gonna bellow at the enemies, removing that crit token. Oh, back on death's door. Do I die now? No! Not yet, at least.
A master stroke.
Did actually manage to blight the character. Good to see it. Haunting Melody does get dodged. Oh, yeah, there goes the man-at-arms.
Another
Yeah.
soldier lays down his life in the dirt of a distant land.
Yeah. I don't think we get to live much longer as a result of that.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
Yeah, not at all what we wanted to see. Hero remains. Yeah, if I can deliver them to an inn, I will. I don't think I can, though. An in item for removing stress from characters doesn't make sense because there's no way I'm going to be using that. Stagecoach items don't make any sense because there's no way I'm going to get to the point where I can use those here. Much of line. No, I'm pretty good at taking out corpses. This is one of the things I can do. Now let's try and consider what abilities my characters are going to need to use. Audrey needs to stand at the very front of the party now, despite being a melee character. Specifically a ranged character. Like, at the expense of her melee, she has higher damage and crit on her ranged skills. Which means Samenti in the very front line needs to be able to stand in the very front line consistently. That is not what you're supposed to do. I'm going to take Echoing March off and put Fade to Black on. I literally do not think this party can continue past any battle. The next time I see a thing, I believe I just die to it.
The sunken monolith.
Sure, yeah, Samenti, absolutely agreed. This is certain death. Run away. Unfortunately, there is an Oblivion's Ingress at the end of all this that is going to ruin us. Let's go to the academic study over on the right. Because otherwise the road fight will kill us.
A curious art form is the Trapmaker's art.
Clarifying poultice. Nope. Not gonna be relevant to me. Let's just go with quirks. Buff off the grime, would you? That frame looks gilded, says Audrey here, who has now become a Death Seeker. Plus 15% to Resolute Chance, as well as the negative 10 stress as soon as she reaches Death's Door.
The loathing festers.
Both of you could probably agree on that whole death-seeking situation at this point. Flame is extinguished, and we've made our way to Oblivion's Ingress. Oh boy! I am ready to die. I've had time to come to terms with it. Vis-a-vis the whole, there was no way we were making it out of this. And Heroes survive the fight. We're soon to be ambushed by cultists because we're on low torch as well. Unfortunately, if I do anything but skip my move right now, I prevent Audrey from literally being able to do anything next turn. I'm gonna skip that move. Legitimately, this is not possible. Right? I almost just want to find a very efficient way to concede. But I know that's also not possible. So I kind of just have to wait for the enemy to kill me here. Because I can't do enough damage. And I don't have characters that can synergize with one another at all right now. Thank you! Oh, this is gonna be a quick death?
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
I guess, like, if both of our characters became resolute, constant. Never mind. If both of my characters were resolute over the course of the entire fight, maybe theoretically something could be. I don't know. Absolutely not possible here, though.
By accumulation.
Meltdown. There we go. It's a shame to see them getting dismantled like this, but I did at least face a new lair boss. I learned a couple of rules about it. Got a little bit better of an idea of this party. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be taking home any candles for it, though.
Do not despair. There is nobility in the attempt.
Oh, never mind. I am going to be taking home candles. 48 of them, in fact. Alright. I think that's legitimately going to be incredibly helpful for an upcoming run.
Up ahead, a light in the limitless expanse.
And it will provide for me the opportunity.
Wisdom will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will ensure you survive it.
It will give me the opportunity to unlock more characters. I think this is probably like the first thing I want to do. Bounty Hunter can sometimes be hired at the inn. Interesting. Let's get the Flagellant unlocks. You are a sacrificial support. You're a blight character? What? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Fine, you can have your Deathblow assists.
A little more light, a little more strength.
The Leper and the Runaway unlocked each as well. Ooh. I do like the idea of getting a Highwayman and trying to go for the point-blank party. It's one of my favorite things. Is that really within our realm at the moment? The Surgeon path. Extra max HP, extra melee skill damage, as well as healing skills increase. Keep accidentally clicking on the character and giving them a little buff when I don't really intend to just yet. Runaway, you are a front rank burn stealth support. You have an Arsonist path wherein you are better at burning enemies, but you are also likely to burn yourself. Interesting. Lower damage as well. I do want to take a runaway out on a mission.
The true splendor of a world. Those who live within it.
The Tempest path for the Leper. The winter storm knows only rage. So chop skills do plus 33% damage. I'm assuming, with no information whatsoever, that Hugh is maybe a chop skill, just because it seems like it should be. I think this is a really good way to get a lot of options for my future runs, rather than unlocking a bunch of new trinkets. In fact, though, I think I should go to the working
Spare a thought
fields.
for tools of iron. Such implements will serve us well.
On round start, gain stealth 15% of the time, but if we miss 15% of the time, we gain vulnerability from the clandestine cape.
Every twinkling recollection is another implement at our disposal.
Lower the resistances of the enemies, neat.
New instruments will help us diagnose the world's affliction and overcome it.
That's incredible. A stagecoach item for before each location, chance to produce whiskey. Actually, that reminds me. Timeless, no. Intrepid, no. Living City, no. Intrepid, maybe it is Intrepid,
Wisdom
yeah.
will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will ensure you survive it.
Yeah, I need more wheel and armor points for the vehicle. Without those, I'm not really able to choose paths.
These wheels are invested with noble purpose. Every rotation, blessed rest for the warriors of our cause.
And with that, I believe we're well set up for the start of the next run. At the start of the next episode. Until then, though, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game. Well, it's been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is a series playlist where all my content in the game past, present, and future YouTube recommendation is down below. Especially at the start of a series, if you would happily do the click the like and the comment and etc. The algorithm things, they are important at this point in time.